and be an ally as well. You spoke about one of the. I'd love to ask you a bit more in terms of some of the factors that you think we need to address to be able to overcome some of the obstacles that you outlined. And I think you spoke about broadening the conversation, ensuring that it's not just a conversation happening in a room, but it's something which we're able to connect with all of the broadest audience possible. Are there other factors that you think we really need to focus on? Are there efforts that the EU has a strong female-led organisation underway that perhaps you can share as well?
When I said, I think that Cristina has mentioned them as well earlier. I mean, if you identify the problem is that perhaps we start not early enough in empowerment of women. So again, I talk education. That's the first thing. Then access to finance has been mentioned, and here I think there has to be institutions such as yours and some others, banks, etc., which have to maybe give some priority to the women-led businesses, perhaps, if this is what they want to achieve. And I think third big topic, which is on the governments, maybe more, is the whole fighting the social norms and stereotypes, meaning ensuring the work-life balance, ensuring that there are, crash and hierarchies in the jobs, in the companies. There's more and more of such things happening very much in European societies. And maybe one big thing is also the issue of access of women after they have children. And I will again talk about it because maternity leave is an important time for the mother and child. But an increasing number of countries in the European Union are also giving the maternity leave, obligatory even, so that the fathers also have to spend time with their children. And I think that's not yet in Kazakhstan. But that is something that could be maybe looked at and thought about. And I think this work-life balance is a major thing, because then it all leads to the fact that networking happens between men, the whole businesses are somehow, and diplomacy. I can give you a little anecdote example. I was a deputy permanent representative in New York, in the UN, where most of the ambassadors are made, but not only. And then the men had their own association where they were smoking cigars, and there were things where somehow women were invited, but somehow it's kind of guided towards this society. The women had their own networks. So somehow we have to encourage women participation. So somehow we have to merge this networking as well. And I think education is essential.
I fully agree. I think it's a really interesting point on maternity leave and enabling women to come back to work after children. Within Visa, we announced or introduced a new policy a couple of years ago, which gave both mothers and fathers 14 weeks paternity or maternity leave immediately after a child. And I think when you are able to strike the right balance across parents, it can certainly help in terms of bringing back to work. Mehlika, number one. I know you work across a number of associations and federations. It's just that. You work across a number of associations and federations in Turkey. Could you perhaps give a bit of background in terms of work that you do and the challenges that you're looking to overcome and where you're seeing progress in the country?
Okay, thank you. First of all, it's very exciting to be here. And it's an honor for us as an association to be invited here. We are here to share our experiences with you. We are Women Employers and Industrials Association from Turkey. And our main aim, of course, to strengthen the position of women in economy. And this is not only essential for us, for women. We believe that it is also for creating a sustainable and inclusive economy at the same time. We have four main aims in business work, women for business women. First, to increase the number of women entrepreneurs in this business work. For this, we provide mentoring and training support. And the second one, of course, as business women, competitive power is very important for us in business work, competitive power, and make ourselves more visible in order to eliminate the disadvantages of being a woman in business life. For this, we developed strategies and by forming strong partnerships with the other associations. And the third one, it is very important for us, to increase our equal representation. And then it is very important, and we are developing projects that will enable us to have a place in decision-making management bodies, because we are less in managing bodies. And the most important, of course, we work to increase women employment and ensure that they have equal rights and opportunities in their working lives. So, in Turkey, we are aware that the most important issue, the most important part to achieving these goals is the culture of gender equality. And it needs to be in every aspect of life. So, as a first step, we decided to start from the business world, that we are familiar with all the dynamics of the business life. And we developed a training program titled Gender Equality in Workplaces. We collaborated with university, top university, we call it Turkey. It is the parent organization of the Chambers of Industry and Commerce, to certify this program. In order to receive the certificate, all employees, including blue collar, white collar, and the owner of the companies, has to take this training, receive this training program, and companies that complete the training are certified as workplaces that are sensitive to gender equality. In this way, a more just and equal environment is created for women employees. On the other hand, we experienced that, however, we compete under the same conditions as our male colleagues. We participate in the same tenders with the same conditions. Unfortunately, we do not take part in the decision making. We usually come together under the name of women's communities, women brands, but we are not in the common areas. So to change this, we launched an EU support project called Active Women Equal Representation. We have focus group meetings in 3 regions in Turkey, prepared reports with causes and solutions, and presented them to relevant authorities. We also provided training on how to be more effective in these professional organizations' boards. As a result, women were elected to the councils, committees in these regions. After this awareness project, for the first time in 60-year history of the Ankara Chamber of Industry, a woman elected to the board of directors. The visibility empowered many women in different regions and motivated us even more. We will continue these projects, and we will be trying to be in common areas again in this board. And our goal is work shoulder to shoulder with men, not only with women, of course, and ensure that women's mind should also present in the decision making tables. We just want this. Our efforts have resulted in Turkey. Our Minister of Trade and the Turkish Standard Institute have introduced a standard, and that certifies called Gender Equality Sensitive Workplace. Companies that want to receive the certificate has obeyed some criteria, and these criteria, the most important ones, the ratio of women in management in the companies, provision of equal rights and conditions and opportunities, and training.